Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm doing all right. If you're new to my channel, my name is Robin. If you're not new, welcome back. I wanted to share with you that I am participating in Vlogmas this year. This will be my first time as a content creator participating in Vlogmas. If you don't know what Vlogmas is, it is for the month of December. You upload a video centered around or in the theme of something related to Christmas. Now, I can't promise you that I will upload a video every day. Even when it's not Vlogmas, I don't upload every day. I do hold a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, and I do my videos, some weeks it's once, some weeks it's twice, some weeks it's 3 or 4. It all depends on my day schedule. But anyways, I'm going to participate in Vlogmas. My first video for Vlogmas this year, I wanted to read something to you, and it's something that I saw online. It was like a picture with this written on it. And I figured this would be the perfect way to start it off, because Christmas can be tough for some people. And that's what this basically talks about. And then I'm going to shed some light on what this says. So let me get to this. It says, just a reminder for the people struggling and stressing about Christmas. You don't need matching pajamas to be happy. You don't need an Insta pic or Instagram, if you don't know what Insta is. You don't need an Insta pic with Santa to have a good Christmas. You don't need a Christmas Eve box to be a great parent. You don't need various Christmas trips to have fun. Christmas films don't need to be on a massive television in a tidy room. You don't have to have a cheese board. You don't need chocolate bombs. You don't need a color-coordinated tree. You don't need to bin the tinsel. You don't need a mass of presents under the tree. You don't even have to change out of your mismatched gravy-stained pajamas. Your Christmas is your Christmas. Stop letting social media make you think you haven't got it all. And this is all so true. It really is. This is a tough time of year for people. Some have financial struggles. Some are missing a relative that they just lost, or a friend, or even a pet. Some people are still mourning or grieving the loss of someone they lost 20 years ago. And the holidays are a tough time. And social media really doesn't help if you really struggle with the holidays. And I talk on my channel a lot about social media and how it can really bring you down. It can make you feel less of, or less adequate or inadequate. There are some people that only post when they want to brag about something. And that's okay for them. But if you're seeing stuff like that and you are in a bad situation, or you don't have the things that you would like to have, or if you can't provide for your family, having stuff like that in your face, that can really hurt. It can really hurt. So, getting back to this, I'm just going to shed some light on a few of them. You don't need a Christmas Eve box to be a great parent. A lot of families, or some families, they have a Christmas Eve box that has a certain set of pajamas for the kid, or a certain movie, or their certain favorite treat. And that's good if you can provide that for your child. But some people only have a little amount of gifts, and that's what they give on Christmas morning. So if you can't do a Christmas Eve box. That's fine. That's fine. Don't feel pressured into that. You don't have to have a cheese board. I don't have a cheese board. I've never made a charcuterie board. And that's fine. There are some people that, you know, if you do a charcuterie board, I'm pretty creative, and I don't think I could ever really come up with this great charcuterie board. I make meals off the top of my head. I live very frugally, and I find that my most viewed videos on my channel are of the simple frugal meals that I make off the top of my head. It doesn't matter what you're eating. It doesn't. So don't feel pressured to put a bunch of fancy food on a cutting board or a charcuterie board. No, not at all. You don't need chocolate bombs. Do you know what a chocolate bomb is? Chocolate bomb is like this ball of chocolate that you put in to hot water or warm milk, and it makes this big frothy chocolate drink. You don't need that. If you have it, great. If you don't need it, get yourself some packet of hot chocolate at the Dollar Tree. It's just as good. Put it in your favorite mug. If you don't have a favorite mug, put it in any mug. Right? Right. You don't need a color coordinated tree. You don't. I this year went with a 4-foot tree. In past years I've had the 6-foot trees, but it's just me. Actually, my son, who just got out of the Navy, recently moved home, and he hasn't said anything about the tree. I'm sure he's just happy to see a tree. Being in the Navy, you know, you don't always see that. But he's out of the Navy now, and I just have an apartment, and I am sitting next to my 4-foot tree, which really doesn't look 4 feet because it's kind of elevated on a little wooden box that I have. You don't need a mass of presents under your tree. You don't. And that's another thing that can make you feel really bad if you just can't really provide like you would like to for your family, is seeing the mass amounts of presents under the trees. As we grow older, or as I've grown older, there isn't anything that I could really think of that I want underneath this tree of mine. There isn't. I told my son, you know what, get me a candle. I have everything that I need. There isn't a thing that I need. And again, as we get older, it isn't about the presents. It's about the time that we can spend with people. And as my parents get older, you know, I really get to thinking about that, is how much more time I have with my parents. They're in the 80s now. Well, they're both 80. So holidays take on a whole new meaning, especially Christmas. And I really want to have experiences with my family. Last year I went to the Christmas Eve service with my dad, and this year I'm going to go to the Christmas Eve service with my dad. And it's stuff like that that I really enjoy. What else on here? You don't even have to change out of your mismatched gravy-stained pajamas. No, you don't. You don't need a special Christmas outfit. And if your pajamas have gravy on it from, I don't know, cooking the night before, and you just were so tired from all your Christmas preparations, you couldn't get Emma, that's fine. Have a nice, relaxing Christmas. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You don't. You don't need an Insta-pic with Santa to have a good Christmas. Again, that just ties into this day and age of everything on social media. Everything. Some of our best moments aren't captured and put on the internet. I know that sometimes people have this saying that if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen. Sometimes, you know, keeping our lives private isn't all that bad. So you don't need to go to this big whatever Christmas event and put it on social media. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing. They don't. So this is the first thing that I wanted to share for my Vlogmas videos. I hope you're all well, and I will see you on my next Vlogmas video. Have a good night.